it would probably help if I would turn my microphone on, right? There we go. What's up, guys? I'm a little rusty. It's been a while. Welcome, guys. Hope you are all doing well. I don't know when the last time I did a live stream was, but I feel like it's been over a month or so. I feel like it's been a good long while. Welcome, guys. Good to see some familiar faces. Hope you are all doing well. What's been new in my life? We had a crazy 15-minute storm today. It was just me and my daughter home. And I was doing some chores around the house. She was playing Roblox, which she is super into right now. She's been playing it for a solid month, every day, nonstop. She loves it. She was playing that. I was doing the dishes, grabbed a basket of laundry to throw into the washer upstairs, and I walked upstairs and I heard, crazy gusts of wind outside. And all of a sudden I hear our daughter start screaming. And it wasn't one of those oops, I accidentally spilled my my cereal kind of scream. It was like a real crazy oh shit, something's really wrong scream. So I ran downstairs. She was like, my trampoline. And I was like, oh no, what happened? And she's hysterical. And I opened the back curtain and I look out, and the trampoline was blown into our neighbor's yard, balancing on the fence. It's one of those trampolines that has the net around it, which has saved my ass so many times. I can't believe we didn't have those nets around trampolines when I was a kid. But the net, the poles that connect the net to the trampoline itself are completely snapped and broken, so I need to order replacements. So I was like, holy shit. So I got it off the neighbor's fence. I left a note because the neighbor wasn't home. I was like, man, if there's any damage, please let me know. But I didn't see any on your fence. But let me know if you find something. And but it was just I felt so bad for this trampoline she loves. She jumps on it every day. Just a strong gust of wind took it. I thought I had it pretty secured down with some stakes in the ground, but that will not happen again. I have 4 ratchet straps connected on all sides of this trampoline now, connected to trees, and each ratchet strap is rated at a 500-pound capacity. So this thing is currently tied down with a 2,000-pound weight capacity. There's no fucking way that thing is blowing away right now. So that's what I had to deal with today, outside in the pouring rain and the storm, ratcheting down a trampoline that almost shot to the moon in our backyard. But it's all good now. How exciting is that? Yeah, that was my day. But yeah, other than that, man, just been working a lot. And got some fun trips planned in the not too distant future. But yeah, man, welcome. Josh says, dropping in for a moment, love from the hospital. Our baby is here. All 6 pounds, 12 ounces of him. I've officially joined you in the dad club. Cheers, man. If everybody could do me a big favor in the chat and say congratulations, Josh, I would greatly appreciate that. Cheers, man. I don't know if you can hear my my club soda and gin cheersing on the microphone here, but that's exciting, man. You got it's super nervous being a new parent. You're gonna worry your entire life. Keep a close eye on them, just words of I could tell you a lot of things on how to be safe and what not to do, just from what I've seen in my job. But have fun, man. Embrace it all. You're gonna have many sleepless nights. What I would recommend, man, and hopefully your son is a good sleeper. My daughter was not. But if your son has a hard time sleeping when he's an infant like that, I would recommend, if you don't already have one, I would recommend getting a Kindle. What I would do when my daughter, because our daughter was super colicky, she would literally scream from the moment she woke up to the moment she went to bed. And then she would just wake up randomly every couple hours in the middle of the night and just start screaming. And if you have to go through that, it sucks, but I just got a Kindle, and I would put on headphones and listen to like relaxing music and just rock her for hours. And I would literally rock her until the morning sometimes, just because I didn't want her to, you know, wake up in her crib screaming again. So I would just rock her and read and listen to music and just like stay up super late all night. Yeah, so look forward to those sleepless nights. But it's exciting, man. Congratulations to you two. Hell yeah. I'm not gonna ask for the name. I know you guys don't know the name of my daughter, and even me. So I would never ask for information from you. That's not fair, right? But yeah. My wife's a big reader. She has a Kindle arm with a remote that will flip the pages for her. What? A Kindle arm with a remote that will... What? What is that? Kindle arm with a remote. Kindle arm with remote. What the hell is this thing? Kindle arm. Oh! Josh, that's really cool. That is smart. I've never seen something like this, but it makes complete sense that something like that. It's literally just an arm, like an arm that you would connect a microphone to and like hook to your desk to like move a mic around and then, you know, bend it towards you and stuff. It's literally just an arm that connects a Kindle, so you can, I don't know, attach it to the rocking chair arm, you know, and then move the arm around for your Kindle, and you can hold a remote in your hand and switch the pages. I'm explaining something to you that you probably already know exists, but this is kind of an exciting revelation to me. But anyway, that's cool. Fire. Oh yeah, I have seen that on Hulu Uniqueness. There were a couple that of those documentaries that came out at the same time a few years ago, and yeah, we watched both of them. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, investors and influencers, and you know, just a shit show. Oh, I don't know if... I'm sure I've seen that one then, right? I'm trying to think what... I've been trying to get back into reading lately. I brought my Kindle to the station a few shifts ago. There are some really good... what are they called? It's like sci-fi short stories, Amazon. Let me see. What is it called? There's like, oh man, what is it called? Slow Time Between the Stars. The Far Reaches collection. The Far Reaches collection. It is basically a collection of a few like kind of sci-fi short stories. And I've read one so far. I'm currently reading another one. The one that I've read, and I've actually read this one 3 times now. It's called Slow Time Between the Stars, and it is just insanely thought-provoking. I want to say it's only like 30 pages long, but it's very thought-provoking. It's basically about an artificial intelligence that is sent out from Earth to kind of explore the universe, and this thing survives for billions of years, and you're reading its inner monologue, and it's learning, and it's a really fascinating read, and it's one of my favorite things that I've read in a very long time. So yeah, I highly recommend Slow Time Between the Stars. it's a quick read. It's an easy read, but it's one of those that really hit me for sure. Yeah, Slow Time Between the Stars. So it is equipped with the entirety of human knowledge, a sentient ship is launched on a last-ditch journey to find a new home for civilization. Trillions of miles, tens of thousands of years, in the space between, the AI has plenty of time to think about life, the vastness of the universe, everything it was meant to do, and, with a perspective created but not limited by humans, what it should do. Just reading that little blurb makes me want to read it for a fourth time. But yeah, it's good, man. Highly recommend it. It's I've been really into planning on getting another tattoo soon, and it's going to be the Voyager Golden Record. My entire life, you guys know, I've been completely obsessed with space exploration and astronomy, and for whatever reason, Voyager 1 and 2, the story of its construction, the quickness that it went to put together the Golden Record, all the flybys that it did, and its tour around the solar system, the wealth of knowledge that it unlocked at that time, when it launched in 1977. The fact that it's traveling at 10 miles a second, it's in interstellar space right now, still sending back a signal. I don't know, it's just fast. It's always been deeply fascinating to me and beautiful. It's beautiful that there's this little, this little lifeboat in a way, this little ship in a bottle, this little message in a bottle rather, just careening through the cosmos forever if it's never intercepted or never impacts anything. I mean, there's a lot of empty space out there, so it could go on forever in the vastness of space. And to me, that's beautiful. It could be the last. It could Pioneer, Voyager. In billions of years, it could still be out there, and maybe it's the only record of humanity that still exists. I don't know. It's absolutely beautiful to me. Josh, trying to think of a space-themed tattoo for me for the new baby. Still thinking how it would work. His nursery is space-themed. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna get a tattoo for our daughter soon. I've been trying to think about that for 6 years since she was born, man. If you want a space-themed one, I've always thought about. I have a print in my office. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it is the configuration of the solar system on the day she was born. And that print, it shows basically a top-down view of the orbits of all the planets and the configurations that they were in when she was born. And I just think that's really cool and a unique. I think that would be I love it as a print. It's just a really cool, unique memento of her birth. But I've always thought that would be a cool tattoo. I can't remember where I ordered this from. I'm sure you can get it off Etsy or something like that. But this was from I don't remember where it was from. I could probably look in my email and see. But I want to get something of our daughter. Not a portrait. I'm not looking for like a realistic thing or anything like. But something that is more. I like lined, black and white lined tattoos. And simple stuff, and I was going through pictures and I thought about maybe getting an outline of her doing a cartwheel or an outline of her like jumping into the pool with, some simple lines indicating water below her, something simple like that. I like pretty minimalist stuff, I think sleeves look cool on people, but they're not for me, anyway. French Canadian Wolfman, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of this stream. French Canadian Wolfman Where did it go? One sec. There we go. All right. Micro series review, says Wolfman. I know, man. I know. I still haven't watched the goddamn thing. It's been, how many years have you and so many other people been asking for that? I haven't watched much of anything. I haven't really paid much attention to anything Star Wars in a long time. It's not, I mean, I'm really looking forward to the Andor second season, but other than that, like, I didn't like Acolyte. I haven't really had time to play Outlaws, or I haven't even played Jedi Survivor more than a couple hours. So like my personal viewing of anything that I specifically want to watch has just gone down to zero. Skeleton Crew was great. I liked Skeleton Crew. Thank you for reminding me, Uniqueness. That's something that I really enjoyed, and really the only reason that I really got into that was because our daughter, like today, she wore a Skeleton Crew t-shirt that I got her for Christmas. She watched the first episode and then she was hooked, and without any kind of pushing from me. I'm not the kind of dad that pushes her into shit that I like or that I'm interested in, right? I'm not like that at all. But I asked her if she, would be interested, and most of the time she says no, he doesn't really want to watch something, and I'm like, yeah, cool. This she actually wanted to after I showed her a trailer. And then she got hooked. She wanted to watch each episode multiple times. We would stay up late so she could watch it, pop popcorn, and it became a ritual and a fun thing for all of us to do on the couch and watch and get invested in the show. And so, maybe I'm heavily biased, but I loved the show. I don't know about anybody, like what the general consensus is of the fandom. Whatever, I don't care. But we had a blast with it. I mean, shit, man, that's what it's all about, right? That's what it's all about. If you didn't already know that, Josh, you know it now, my friend. That's what it's all about. But anyway, I appreciate that, Wolfman. One day when I'm like 50 years old, oh my god, that's only like 10 years away. Holy shit. I'll be 39 in a couple months. That's insane. That's ridiculous. Anyway. Yeah, when it comes to Uniqueness, that I love Jedi Survivor, but only to watch the cutscenes on YouTube. I'm probably never going to play Outlaws. It looks boring, never finished Bad Batch, and don't care to. I really want to play Outlaws. It just looks so different to me than any other Star Wars game we've gotten. I don't think it looks boring, per se, but I've only played it for like 30 minutes just to kind of install it and test it out. I just haven't had I haven't really played much of anything lately. Honestly, the last thing that I played was maybe a week ago, and I played No Man's Sky. It was just like 10 o'clock at night, everybody was asleep, and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna install No Man's Sky, and I'm going to put on a Voyager documentary on my other monitor. I'm just gonna explore the universe and just kind of veg out and enjoy myself. And that's the first game that I've played in a long time. Maybe like 4 months ago, or whenever the new Black Ops came out, I played that with my buddy for a few weeks. Yeah, I haven't really played much of anything lately. Yeah, I haven't checked my email, Wolfman. I had a sponsorship lined up, a really good one, and I just haven't checked my Greedo email in like a month. And they've probably been emailing me like, hey man, are you still interested in this? Hey man, are you still... That's my fault. When I tell you I don't pay much attention to shit, that's the level of not paying much attention to stuff that I'm talking about. Like, I had this great sponsorship lined up, and I've worked with this company before, and they make a lot of cool stuff, and it's Fan Home. They make these build-up models, like incredible build-up models, and they send you like a box every single month, and it's basically a model that you put together. And when all is said and done, and they send you the last box for the model, you have a giant like replica of the Millennium Falcon, or they have one for the Star Trek Enterprise from the Next Generation. They have an R2-D2 one that, you know, when you're done building it, it's like a big, not a full-size R2-D2, but it's like, I don't know, a 1/8 the size R2-D2, and you can actually remote control it with a phone app. So they make really cool stuff, and I've had fun with, you know, those sponsorships before. But for whatever reason, I just, you know,
I recently
haven't paid
reread
any
Stuart
attention to
Little
anything.
after ages.
Oh.
Never realized how allegorical the story was. It's about the never-ending pursuit of happiness. I shall be traveling north until the end of my days.
Oscar Rodriguez, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the generous super chat and channel support this evening. Oscar says, I recently reread Stuart Little after ages. Never realized how allegorical the story was. It's about the never-ending pursuit of happiness. I shall be traveling, quote unquote, I shall be traveling north until the end of my days. Interesting. I've never read Stuart Little. Stuart Little. I don't even think I've seen the movie. How many? There's only been one movie, right? Movies? Have there been a lot of movies? Let's see. Oh yeah, there've been 1999, 2002, and 2005, and then television show 2003. A video game as well. I don't know too much about it, but that's interesting. That's a good idea. I wonder if my daughter would like Stuart Little. Stuart Little book. Oh, interesting there, Oscar. I didn't know. I had no idea. Stuart Little, 1945 American children's novel. It was White's first children's book and became the book is a realistic yet fantastical story about a boy named Stuart Little. According to the first chapter, he looked very much like a mouse in every way. Huh. Yeah, I don't remember ever watching the movie as a kid. I mean, it came out when I was 13. I don't remember ever reading the book. And to tell you the truth, I mean, I don't even know if I knew it was a book, to tell you the truth. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, those are always like the best kids stories, is when they can also be for, or not for adults. I'm not talking about like Shrek or something like that, where, you know, they still have the silly humor for grown-ups that we like. Yucky, yucky, yuck. That's fun and all, but like something like that you're talking about, you know, it has lessons that that kind of are timeless, and morals of stories, I guess, and life lessons that you can latch onto forever, even you know, in your older years. Maybe you can read it to your kid and like you get something out of it as well, you know. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that, Oscar. Cheers, man. And I'm gonna leave this up because it might be something that my daughter's interested in, and yeah. What's up, Cole? Going on my first adventure in years. So stoked. Where you heading? The best kids' books allow themselves to be weird. Yeah, what's up, Catherine? Yeah, I feel like that's why I latched on to like Goosebump books back in the day, you know? They were weird, and I felt like I was reading something that, you know, in a way, like, you're not supposed to be reading, you're getting spooked, you know. And they were weird, and they were goofy, and they were easy reads, and I still have all of mine. They're in the attic. I have 2 plastic bins full of Goosebump books. I don't know how many I own, maybe 100. I don't even know. How many books were written? How many Goose books are there? Okay. 62 in the original series. Wait, there are more than 200 unique books in the Goosebumps franchise, so maybe I do have 100. I'll have to look. I'll have to look in my bins and see. But yeah. I had to Google that there, Cole. I'm not familiar. Cole is heading to, how do you say that? Kuritmati, maybe. Also known as Christmas Island, is a Pacific Ocean atoll in the Northern Line Islands as a part of the Republic. Interesting. Hell yeah. Are you going solo or with buddies? TI is an S in their language. Okay, so Kursmots? Is that how you say that? Kursmots, then? Alright, Kurismots. Maybe. Kurismots. Oh, man. That's gonna be a trip you'll remember forever, man. Damn. When are you heading there? Oh, you're on the plane right now. You're going right now. Hell yeah, man. That's exciting. We'll enjoy it. Enjoy it. That'll be good for the 2 of you for sure. So what time would it be there right now? On your plane, what time is it? Is it almost 5? Almost 5 o'clock? PM? I am super excited for the new Superman movie, Kenneth. I like my Superman to be an attaboy do-gooder, a Boy Scouty, sometimes goofball. And everything that I read about
Skeleton
James Gunn's
Crew was
take
special.
is kind of in line with what I'm
Looking
hoping
forward
for.
to
So
Disney has the formula for good Star Wars with those 2 shows to make something new and fresh. I hope they realize it.
Xylophone Master, thank you so much for the generous super chat and channel support this evening there. Xylophone Master says, Skeleton Crew is special. Looking forward to Andor. Disney has the formula for good Star Wars with those 2 shows to make something new and fresh. I hope they realize it. Yeah, they have to. I mean, like, I think, you know, look, for me, I know a lot of people love Dave Filoni stuff, and it's, you know, I'm not a big fan of the Ahsoka show or the Book of Boba Fett or really after season 1 of The Mandalorian. Acolyte, basically like every major Dave Filoni project I look forward to, and then I just realize it is not for me, and I'm looking for something different. Skeleton Crew was a fun, different spin. Andor is just on another level. It is on another level. So I would love for them to take more chances with shows to reinvigorate my interest in watching this stuff, because, you know, I feel like so many of the shows have felt so similar to one another, and they all kind of just end up being very sets up for other shows, if that makes sense. You know, kind of Star Wars greatest hits, familiar stuff we've seen 1,000 times, and that is not what I'm looking for. And I feel like with Skeleton Crew and Andor, they've tapped into the potential of you know, starting to push the boundaries and bringing new, unique stories and ways to tell these stories, and drama and just like, yeah, than what we've had in the past. So I hope I don't know if that kind of stuff, the unique and different stuff, gets the viewership that I don't know, like a Mandalorian or something like that gets, Ahsoka gets, which is a shame if that's the case. But like, creatively, I think they need to put more eggs in that basket of, you know, not hand over the franchise, but give the franchise to, not even give the franchise, but like let different styles of writers and directors and whatnot get their hands in the sandbox and make their story in the Star Wars universe. Get weird with it, you know. Think outside of the box and stop rehashing shit. Yeah, you said it. The formula is there. But break that formula, you know. Break the formula. Take risks. Take chances. Not everything needs to be made by committee, you know. But, yeah, I'm with you. Skeleton Crew is special to me just because it was like my daughter's first experience with Star Wars, and she fell in love with the show. And like I said at the top of this live stream, she wore a Skeleton Crew shirt today. We went on some running trails with our puppy, and she wore her Skeleton Crew shirt and her hiking boots, and we were running on the trails. And she actually wore her Skeleton Crew shirt yesterday too. She got out of her PJs, and I was like, go get dressed. She was like, can I just wear this again? I was like, yeah, sure. So 2 day in a row Skeleton Crew. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that, Xylophone Master. Hopefully they do realize it. I think creatively they have to realize that these shows are more interesting and unique than what they've made in the past. It's not just fan appeasement. They're new, unique shows that, I don't know. How many times do you want to see these same characters over and over again? That's not what interests me. Do people still want like a General Grievous show in a movie? That was a thing for a while. People still wanted a Darth Vader movie, and I'm like, dude, you've seen Darth Vader so many times. Don't you want to like open the next door and see what's next in line? And I don't understand it. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. Oscar Rodriguez, a lot of animated movies have such a short shelf life, especially when they tried too hard to be adult and humor, or tons of pop culture references. Yeah, that's true. And maybe it's because I'm older now, but like I've taken our daughter to see so many movies because, you know, my schedule is very, it's nice because I get to spend a lot of time with her. I only work every third day. Granted, I'm there for 24 hours, but like I pick her up from school all the time. We go do fun shit. And I've taken her to so many movies, and like the next day I completely forget what happened in the movie. Like I took her to see the new Sonic, and it was fun, but it wasn't memorable to me. I took her to see Migration, so many movies, and it's just like they don't have the staying power that. And again, it's probably because I'm older, but like when I was a kid and I watched a movie, I was like, I was obsessed with it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. If it was animated or what, I was just like, man. But now for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. And again, it's probably because I'm almost 40 years old. But even she doesn't seem to really stick around and think about them too much or want to watch them again. Maybe it's that's also because there's so many more options to watch stuff at home. It's like I would go home and I would look forward to a movie coming out on VHS, and then I'd get it and I would watch that nonstop, you know. But like after we see a movie in the theater and then it's available on like Disney or something like that on Disney Plus, she has no desire to watch it again. And again, maybe that's just because, you know, all of her other favorite shows are on these streaming platforms, and she doesn't have to continuously watch those same things over and over again. But yeah. There's a lot of things that just have a lot of pop culture references, right? And if you have a lot of pop culture references in your movie, maybe this is just a cynical perspective. Like you're kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like asking to be dead in 10 years, you know? I don't know. Xylophone Master, thanks once again for the super chat and channel support, man. Xylophone says, I would love a show with no Jedi, no Force, no lightsabers, just something so rough and dirty like a political drama with Breaking Bad vibes. Yeah, man, I feel like we got that in Andor, you know? I'm worried about season 2 a little bit just because I don't want them to fall into the trap of like I have a bad feeling that we're going to see some familiar faces or something like that. I don't know if that'll be the case. I'd like to think that they are not going to fall into that trap. But I like that. That's the kind of stuff that I like in Star Wars. You know, when I think of Star Wars, I don't really think of Jedi or Sith or even lightsabers. I think of like, I mean, I really, so much of my love for Star Wars is found in A New Hope. And, you know, so much of that movie is more of I mean, gritty is an overused word, but just kind of like just seeing the galaxy, you know, on Tatooine, and then you see the fist of the Empire, and it's just more of like just a grounded, you know, rebellion Empire story. And that's really what I love. Just kind of like the lived in, used and abused world of Star Wars. I love, and that's why maybe Andor appeals to me even more than a lot of other shows, is because it is that kind of, it has that drama, it has that like vying for power, it has that like, I don't know, spy thriller feel to it. Yeah, I'm not saying they always need to do that, but it is a nice change of pace. And that's kind of what appealed to me so much about the first season of The Mandalorian. You know, it was this like standalone little unique story about found family, and like, you know, at the time it had no Jedi and lightsaber and Sith and stuff, and then eventually it did, and eventually we got it. I've never cared for like Mandalorian lore. I've always thought like Mandalorians and Mandalore and all that was just, it always felt like so boring and generic sci-fi to me. It's like boring generic big armor, and just like boring generic like warrior culture. Like, it's just, like, I feel like we've seen that so many times in other sci-fi franchises. So, like, Mandalorian stuff has always been so dull and uninteresting to me. So when that show started getting more and more into that lore, it just completely, it lost my interest, you know. But that first season was special, for sure. I've never seen Deep Space Nine. I've never seen it. That is one of my good friend's favorite Star Trek series. And I've always wanted to check it out. I need to, though. But, yeah, like, I mean, you guys know this. My Star Trek is The Next Generation. I love that show to my bones. It is just, it's so perfect to me. And I just love the optimism of it. I love every episode, even if it's not a really good episode. It's the interactions of the crew. It's just such a fun, interesting show, and it's always been, I don't know, just so special to me. And I've never seen any Deep Space Nine. I've seen some Voyager, but yeah, for whatever reason, that Star Trek: The Next Generation is just it hits me in all the right places. I love the entire crew. Data is such a special character. We like Data is he's like our eyes and ears into this world. He's this curious, almost like a child, you know, learning about humanity and the ongoings of I don't know, life and just emotions. And he looks at this existence with curiosity and like a kid, and he's like our eyes and ears into this you know, this world. And I don't know, I love it, man. I love it. I love Star Trek: The Next Generation. Yeah. Towards the end of season 1 onward, Deep Space Nine is like good. It got me to go, oh my god. All right. I mean, I know I need to watch it. I'm sure I would absolutely love it. But I mean, you know, Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's so interesting. Like, the first season, even the second season, they're pretty rough, you know. But back then, it's like shows could be a little rough in their first or second season. Look at Seinfeld. The first season of Seinfeld, I love the show, but sucked. It sucked. And then it found its footing in like the third and the fourth season. And it just started getting good, better and better and better and better. You know, shows used to do that. First and second season of The Next Generation, you got better and better and better and better. Nowadays, I don't know if that's really the case. Like, if a show doesn't do that good and it's not that great in its first season, I feel like it just kind of gets tanked these days. Back then, you know, shows were kind of allowed to breathe a little bit and find their footing, you know. I don't know. But yeah, maybe I'll give the first episode of Deep Space Nine a chance tomorrow. I'm working tomorrow, so I'll be at the station. I usually get my laptop. We usually play cards after dinner at the station, and then around 9 o'clock I'll go to bed and get on my laptop and cruise around YouTube a little bit. But maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Is it only 64 days to go, Francesco? Be going on a cruise soon. I'm looking forward to that. Be nice. Me, the wife, the kid. Go to Mexico. Gonna be cruising for 5 days. It's a good time. Oh, what's up, Brandon? I see you message me there. Let me see. I didn't realize I was logged into Steam. Might be heading to Jackson next month. Figuring what's going on down there. Oh, nice. Yeah, hit me up. Next month I will be gone for an entire week, so I don't know when you're planning on coming here. What's the convention? Jacksonville Convention. Collectivecon? At the Prime Osborne? I'm guessing it's that. March 14th through 16th. I will be gone. I will be on a cruise then. Unfortunately. Well, I mean, fortunately. I'm looking forward to this damn cruise. Nice. I'll double check the dates, but I'm pretty sure we'll be gone. Oh yeah, uniqueness. I'm really excited for it. 28 Days Later. I saw it twice in the theater when it first came out, and then they re-released it with an alternate ending, I think, at some point. Let me see. When did they re-release that? 28 Days Later, re-release alternate ending. Did I dream that? Am I imagining that? Alternate ending. When did they re-release that? Yeah, okay, so the alternate ending, Jim dies on the operating table. But I feel like they re-released it in the theaters with that ending. Re-release theater. I'm almost positive, but yeah, I love that movie, the first one. The second one, I don't really remember it too much. I've probably only seen it once. But yeah, that first one, man, it's probably my all-time favorite zombie movie, with a close second being the original Dawn of the Dead, the original George Romero Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, I have it on Blu-ray. 28 Days Later, and like, it's just funny to me because the movie was shot with just like off-the-shelf consumer grade digital camcorders. So like, I have the Blu-ray, but it doesn't matter. It's still shot in a digital format that is DVD quality. Like, what is it, 640 by 480 or whatever it is, that resolution. So like, even just having the Blu-ray, it doesn't matter. It doesn't look, I don't think it looks any better. I don't think, maybe the sound is a little better, but like, the picture still kind of is shit. Which, it's kind of cool for the time. The second one was shot on an iPhone, right? I think. So like, I don't know, it's just interesting to me. Like, 28 Days Later, great movie. Does not look good, but maybe if you look at it, that intentional choice, it I guess kind of does add something to it. I don't know. It's not a very pretty movie. which maybe it's kind of a cool thing. I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting how, like, you know, you shoot something on digital, like the prequels, you know, they were shot digitally at HD format, 1080p, you know. So now we have all these 4K and 8K TVs coming out. I mean, you can't really upscale. I mean, you can upscale it, but like it's not like film. When you scan a like 70 millimeter print in, you're getting like 8K resolution. I think a 70 millimeter print translates to 8K. I mean, let me look. 70 print to digital resolution. What is the resolution? Okay. So a 70 millimeter film print is often considered equivalent to a digital resolution significantly higher than 4K, with estimates ranging from 12K to 18K, depending on the scanning quality. So if you have a 70 millimeter film print and you scan that in, you can potentially get 12K to 18K resolution. If you have a 1080p digital file, you can't really, it's not like you can scan that in and be like, oh, now it's 12K, 18K. That does not translate. You are stuck with the resolution that it was shot on. You know what I mean? It's like when you want, if you were to take a thumbnail, a small thumbnail, and stretch it out to like an 8x10 print, and you would just stretch it, it would look so pixelated and shitty because you're stuck with that digital file, that digital resolution. You can't really, I mean, you can upscale it, I guess, but it's never going to look that great. So I don't know, you know, so like what 28 Days Later, you know, shot at that DVD quality. So buying the Blu-ray, I mean, you see no difference. You see, I mean, I don't see any difference. I don't even know if they have it on 4K. It'd be completely pointless to get. But yeah, anyway. George Heilman, thank you for coming in with the final super chat and channel support of this stream before I hop off here. George says, hello HG, saw Skeleton Crew and had fun with it. Was a bit like Goonies with Star Wars and an interesting reason for a suburban world. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. Like I said at the top of this stream, it was my daughter's first introduction to Star Wars. And she loved it, and it was cool because, you know, I don't push her into anything. I'm not like, you gotta watch this, you know, this is what I like, you gotta watch this. No, she was interested in it on her own, and she watched it and fell in love with it. And yeah, I thought it was a really great introduction to the Star Wars universe, having this, you know, this show that's very I don't know, it's one of those kind of shows where, you know, you watched as a kid and there was danger, you know, the kids were in danger, and like not everything was hunky-dory, and backstabbing and you know, could be a little frightening, a little scary. And that's kind of the shows and movies and stuff like that are, you know, fun for kids when, you know, you're on the edge of your seat a little bit. Yeah, I like the suburban world. It was goofy, and I like goofy in my Star Wars, you know. Yeah, I'm glad you had fun with it, George. I had a lot of fun with it too. I don't know, are they making a second season? I haven't looked into anything, but like I hope they do, just because it was so fun it became a ritual, you know. It came out on Tuesdays, right? So we would watch it on Wednesday night and pop a big bowl of popcorn, and I'll sit on the couch and turn off all the lights and watch the latest episode of Skeleton Crew. And so I want to experience that again with the second season. Hopefully they do. I don't know if they will or not, but yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. Oscar, thank you for coming in with a final super chat before I jet here. Oscar says, surely they can use AI to fix and re-render footage. Yeah, I'm sure that's a strong possibility. There's no question in my mind that, you know, everything that I said a few minutes ago about, you know, the difference between scanning something like a 70 millimeter printer and a 35 millimeter print and getting crazy resolution from that film print, and the complete opposite being true of a digital shot, you I'm sure that there is a solution, you know. And AI would be, that's an instance where I think AI might be pretty handy and not restoring, but, you know, bringing some of these movies that were shot digitally, like the prequels or even 28 Days Later, into and that technology is going to get better and better. So like I can foresee a future where a film was shot digitally at like 1080p quality, and then, you know, it's taken through some kind of AI whatever. I mean, I don't know enough about it, so I'm gonna sound like a dumbass, but it's taken through some kind of AI magical whatever bullshit, and then it spits it out on the other end at 8K resolution, and it just looks like it was shot in 8K. You know, I could completely see that happening. But yeah. So I'm sure that is a solution that people are working on. I bet that already exists, like AI upscaling, you know. But on that level, who knows? I mean, I'm sure it will be possible in the not too distant future if it not already is, you know. But anyway, guys, I got a jet. That was an hour. It was good to see you guys. It's been a while. I don't know when the next time that I do a stream will be, but I'm kind of planning. I'd like to do a video game stream, so maybe I've been kind of wanting to play Shadows of the Empire. It's funny, man. I want to play Outlaws. I want to play Survivor. I could stream them, but I just want to play Shadows of the Empire. Anyway. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to those who supported the channel. Thanks for sticking with me through all these years and where I'm absent quite a bit. But, you know, I'll be around. You'll see me from time to time. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, follow me on there. I was going to say I'm more active on there, but I'm really not. But go follow me anyway. Maybe I'll post something tomorrow. Anyway. All right, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya.